if my video seems to be out of sequence, some of the videos, it's because I have spent since 2 o'clock today editing this thing. Here it is, 10:15, and I ain't even got it posted yet. When I dragged my videos off of my video card and put them on their folder, well, my computer decided to randomly mix them all up. So I had to try to get them all in line and order. So they're not. So it's what it is. Yeah, I know you're thinking, why don't you just follow the numbers in order as the camera recorded them? Well, it ain't that simple. I use last week's folder, this week's folder, and every time I use my camera, I always format the camera so it starts the same numbers over again. So I screwed up and put the videos on my last week folder, so it mixed up videos for this week and last week and put them all jumbled around and just screwed everything up. And I was able to get my card back out and put it on a different one, then randomly I don't know. Anyway, it's just been a pain in the butt. Here you go. Just take it, leave it. I don't care. My hydrostat. Just a little gizmo inside the hydrostat that works the hydrostat. This little gizmo right here that works this. I got an old housing. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take that off, and I'm just gonna leave that arm there with that spring. Take the rest of this off. I won't need all that. All I need was that arm. So I'll take them arms, leave them on both of them. I'm going to show what I'm going to do. Go in here to the other room. I'm trying to take this old hydrostat. This has got no guts in it. It's got no shaft running through it at all. I made this little temporary shaft right here just to line everything up. But I'm going to use this as a template to locate these two holes right here, and to locate this center. Then I'm going to take a chunk of this aluminum here and find the two holes that go up here, like in here, locate them, put them in here. All right, now find this center point here and drill a hole here. And this, when I come through here, this would just be a pivot point for this part here. What I'm going to do, I'll make this design work out in the middle. I'm going to try to have only one of these to work both rear ends. I'm going to show you why I didn't want to turn my rear end around, one forward and one backwards. But if you turn the one rear end around forward, one backwards, which is fine, it'll work. But if you do turn one rear end backward, one forward, you can't hook them straight in line. Because if you do, the one that's in reverse ain't going to work because it's turning the pump the wrong way. So you got to devise a way in order to turn one drive shaft in the right direction, then turn the other transmission you got in the wrong direction. You got to be able to turn in the right direction. So there you go again. It's going to take a gearbox with 3 cogs in it. So the top one would turn the right direction. It goes down to 3, then reverse it and turn it the right direction. So that'd be the only way you make that work. If you don't mind it going slow, you don't mind it going reverse speed, because the reason why, you could, if you put one reverse and one forward and you may just run the same distance, one rear end gonna be spinning like hell, and the other won't. So you got to make both rear ends only go this much. So all you're going to have is reverse speed forward and reverse speed backwards. All right, now I'm going to have reverse speed forward, all it can do, real fast, and reverse speed normal. Well, a little bit faster, because I've done a little modification. Well, I noticed this bolt hole, I took a square here and I laid it right here, went down my little hole in the middle, and that lines up dead center with that. So all I got to know now is how far that is from there to there. And I know which my caliber's cut off. I know how far that is. So I know where to put that bolt relation with that. So it won't be very hard to line this up on a block of wood. I mean on a piece of aluminum. It'll be very easy. Well, I located my 2 marks. And I located this one down here. So I'm going to drill down through and tap these 3/8. Oh, we got it on there. It's working fine. I want to show you the difference in forward and reverse. See these little lines I draw? This is all the way forward now, all the way down. If I come up to right, to a neutral, to that line there, from that line, that bottom line is forward. See right there where that arrow is? There's a little play in there that don't do nothing. Right in there. Alright, now if I go in reverse, it's only from there to there. See how much different the line is? There's neutral, and there's all the way forward. So it's quite a difference in forward and reverse. Well, now I turn around like it's supposed to be on the, this way it is on the tractor, just like this. So you can see that there's my line right there. There's reverse. And there's forward. Got a long travel. And reverse got a short travel. Alright, I'm getting out of here. It's late. We'll come back tomorrow, figure out where to cut this off at, and how to mount this guy. My hydrostat pedal that's on the floor will move this. Then somehow up here will be a linkage, so that goes up and down, goes this way, one to the back transmission, one to the front transmission. That will bring both of them forward and reverse. That's my plan. Pay no attention. I want to have this right here, but which the pedal will be up like this. Be up like that. So I got this rod on here. I can't get it out right now. I'm studying it, but anyway. I want that right there for my foot, but be out here though. So I got to make a pivot point on this fender and on this dashboard. Not only that, I'm gonna have to do some little crazy doing. I'm about to take this chain and hook it right here. Either I come down an angle like that with it and go down to a sprocket. Let me go to another shaft right up under here, or either I take this and shoot it that way. When I shoot it that way, twist it back down, come down and go to that sprocket there. See, I could hide most of it by doing it this way, but it's a lot of work. But if I do it here, I can always make a cover to cover it up. Whew, to get this to work out, this is one will be one hell of our doings here. I pretty much, I got to have it where it is. I'll show you why. Or it's a little dark on this side. You know, I don't have no lights on this side of the shop, so it's casting a lot of darkness right here. And I want to have these lights overhead, which is shining straight down on it. I don't know where my flashlight is, but if you see this cable here, I don't know if you can see that, but that's going through my bearing, tool bearing. What I was thinking about doing, where the hell did it go? There it is. Come on. I was thinking about, it's hard to do this shit with one hand, tell you right now. Damn, it's in the wrong hole. Crap. Hang on a minute. This cable will run through here and it will attach Right there where you see it is. So, I don't want to come down no lower, and I want to get no higher. I want to try to keep that pretty much as straight as I can keep it without keeping a lot of bend in this cable right here. You see where it is now? I got this cable fixed straight. You see where it's at? I mean, I could probably pick it up some with my hand. I can't do this with all these stupid... That will probably work right there if I keep it around close as I can. But I can't bring this piece of aluminum thing up, and I can't go down the lower with it, so it's got to be where it is. And it needs to be, I can go this way, not too much, because I got my shaft running across here, I will put in here. So this is a really fine-tuned little episode here, trying to get this to work, where I can get that one right there, controller, to control both of these transmissions. That's my goal. So I got a lot of engineering to do here to get this to work. This might not, they ain't gonna make it today. It's gonna be probably 2 episodes to get this done. Probably, this is 30, coming up be 32, and it'll be 33, probably, more or less. I had to take my little gizmo apart here and machine a place in the bottom. I machined it a little wider to allow for paint to be on this and be on that, so that's the reason why that's bigger. I could have machined it tight, but I want the paint to scratch off and goes in there. But anyway, I got to mount this. There's my mark. That's got to mount there. And this will well up on my frame on the bottom. This will hold this. But I had somebody comment a while back, ask me, what's that blue stuff? Well, here it is here. This here is in a, got a little, let me show you a little. Got a little foam thing on, not foam, but little where you can mark with it. Or you got it like this. Or you can get it in a big bottle like this. It has a lid on top, comes out with a little paintbrush on it where you can just paint your stuff. Give you a little demonstration how this works. I divide this by 2, and it's what I come up with. It's 72. I come up with that. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to mark the center of it. See how that line comes visible? Now I need to... I went to the junkyard today and I picked up another one of these cables. So we got that. So I'm glad I saved this little jerry motor right here. I'm going to copy this same principle. I got all my measurements. This is the same thing that Cub Cadet had in there. It's through here, through their dashboard. They had it up here, but I'm not going to have it up here. I'm going to have it down here. So that's my foot pedal over there. I think you already seen the video of this. But anyway, I might have to mount this part, these 2 pieces, through the frame through here. I'm not sure yet. But the reason why, let me get my light on, hang on. My little gizmo apparatus, I might have to mount it down here by the drive shaft. I'm not sure that's where it's going to be. It could be back further, it could be back this way, it could be up, or it could be down. I don't know. But this is where I'm shooting for it to semi to go at. And I'm going to take hind joints, I guess what you call these things, and they'll be fastened right here, but they'll come out a little further. There'll be a long enough bolt that I can get 2 of them on there. Find another one. I'll have a long enough pivot for a bolt to come through that one and a bolt to come through that one. And both of them will be bolted together like that. One going to the rear transmission, one is going to the front transmission. With these cables right here. This one and another one. But I probably might have to do a little, chain mechanism to put my foot pedal up here. To put it up here and chain drive the bottom part to this part right here where the foot pedal is now. I don't know, but we might have to do something like that. So when I twist that, that'll twist that. So I don't know yet, but that's just where it's headed to, that direction. And I got 4 of these hind joints, and I'm gonna put on the front transmission, one on the front and one on the back, and one's on the transmission be adjustable. So when I get this thing in neutral where I want it at, where it's supposed to be neutral, I'll adjust the hind joints on this end of the transmission to get them in neutral so they both be in sync. So when I operate that one gizmo, that damper, you know, I would have had 2 of them, but I ain't gonna have a one. It's gonna be stripped down. Let me get my flashlight, I'll show you. I don't know how good you can see, but you see the damper there. You can see the gizmo with the, see if I can point to. Some people might not know what it is. This thing right here, it's what moves the hydrostat back and forth. So we'll put a hind joint on top of that, and I might make it spring loaded like it was. So if it pushes too far, it'll have a spring loaded. When it pulls back too far, it'll be able to spring loaded. I'm not sure, but we'll figure it when we get cross that bridge. These little joints I got look like they're 5/16, and if I can hold all this crap and show you, let me lay it down. You can see that slips on there, it won't work. So what I got to do, I got to turn this down, this part here down to a 10 something other. I got to put this in the lathe and turn this down to a 3/16 because it's smaller than a quarter, bigger than 3/16. But I'm going to thread it to 1032 end of it. Then I'll make a bushing dap from 5/16 to 1032 for that to fit on there. And I'll put me a nut on it too for adjustment. That is good right there. We got it tapped all the way up. I've got 1032 going on. So that's what I need right there. Whoop, there it is, from metric to standard 1032. Just got to make a adapter now to fit in this hind joint. That's the next thing we got to do. There we go, we got it threaded. So we got a nut on it. Got that part threaded. So just got to do the other one the same way. This is the piece, just like the pieces in between my, up under my foot pedal. Well, I got to put something in here so that will go into there, and that will stop just like that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this piece of aluminum, I'm going to do a hole in the middle of it, 5/16 hole in the middle of it. We're going to cut off the right length, then I'm going to mill the other end one end fit in this slot so it doesn't turn. Then there'd be a washer with a bolt to hold it. And the bolt, well, there'd be a nut behind it, then it'd hold all this together. So I could have both cable or whatever tapping this. I don't know if it could be a cable or hard or fixed. Well, you know what I'm talking about anyway. Can't even think about it now. I figure I'll make it this long. I'll cut it off right here. Now I'm machine this end down to where it will fit in here tightly. And I'll cut a big washer go on the back side to hold it. And I'll drill a hole in it and I'll tap it all the way through. And that way I can put a bolt. I could put a bolt and a nut through this end and tighten this up. Other end I can put a bolt and nut. Oh yeah, a bolt, not a nut, but a bolt through there. And a bolt through here that'll hold this piece on here. Hold this piece right here on there. That way I can, if I want to take this off, I ain't got to take the whole stupid thing off. That's my plan, man. I've already machined that down. Now I'm going to cut it off there. Can't show you much because I got to have some oil on it. Anyway, it just goes through it. Keep some oil on it. Whoop, there she is. I made me a nice little washer on the back side. Put a 13/16 groove in it so I can hold it while I tighten this. I turned that down so this can, see how close it gets when it swivels. I had to go that far back, but I did. Just in case I want to go that way with it, I have that much swivelability. So we're going to put it on. You know, on these dampers, you have these springs in between. You have these little washers that the middle of your spring can fit over it. Well, I made these several years ago. The last one I rebuilt was that one I restored at 1450, which was a 1250, but I was converting into a 1450. I made these out of brass. I didn't know that they'll wear out easy. So I'm going to make them out of some 02, 01. I forget what name of the metal is. But this metal right here, the machinist said I can heat this and treat this and make it hard. So I'll make it a couple new washers for it. There we are, two nice washers in there. All I got to do now is take them out and heat them cherry red. Dunk them in the oil, cool them off real quick. Take them back out when they're cool. And take the torch and turn these things a straw brown, and that should harden them. That should be pretty hard then. This plate here is pretty hard too. It's harder than I thought. It was hard to file, but I filed it. Well, I could have made this prettier. I probably could have had the metal come across the top, then grind that flat. Then I messed around and cut too much off the end there, but it's alright, it ain't gonna hurt nothing. You can't see it up on there. But it's gonna be alright. I silver soldered it, which ain't too bad, and I silver soldered me a nut on it. It's threaded through that piece and the nut. So I got plenty of nut. I like that silver solder. I think I'm gonna start silver soldering my nuts. It keeps it from if you try to weld all the way around it, you can't get no bolt in there. You got to run a tap through it and open it back up, because it will just shrink up the hole a little bit. And bang. Well, here it is, Tuesday night, almost 7 o'clock. I got to get out of here. Tomorrow night I can't be here. I got to go do a little wiring in a man's house. I need the money. So there you go. Another Redneck Engineering. Hey, don't forget to subscribe. Hey, give me some more thumbs up. And hey, keep your comments coming. Even though I can't go back to them, I can, but it's just aggravating as hell. And I rather need not to. But as soon as my son gets my other computer built, he's building me a new computer, and I'll be able to give you comments back. And I appreciate it. So like I say, give me a thumbs up. And hoping next weekend we'll have this thing rolling. I'm not sure. I got a lot of engineering to do in this thing. Just hooking this hydrostat up. Might look easy, might just sound easy. I know most of you guys already figured out how to do it, but you ain't here. I don't think you really know how much pain and ass it is. All right, catch you later. Have a good one. We're gone. Let me just explain you what my computer's doing. It don't matter if it's a YouTube video. It doesn't matter if it's Google Chrome when you speak on it. It doesn't matter if it's playing a raw video on the desktop. It doesn't matter if you're playing a video on your video editing. The way it does on YouTube, at first the audio will quit. Then it start twirling like it's loading up. Well, it won't never load up. It's the timeline on the bottom is loading up, but the video is still twirling, and eventually the video will just freeze. It won't play at all. But if you ever hit pause on your video while it's doing that twirling, it'll just freeze, period. And so, and when it's at that point, if you flip to a raw video, the raw video will be in a slow frame going So what do you do? You restart the computer. Then it starts the same thing again. So if I'm editing and the editing, all of a sudden when I'm playing the timeline, I'm looking at what I'm gonna edit, it all of a sudden would just stop. So I hit play. As soon as I hit play, the screen will turn white. So I either Alt and Delete, get out of, or keep clicking on the top on the red tab. Then it'll show up a little thing that says you to do this, do that, do this, and all this kind of bull crap. Well, I'll select one of them. What it does, what I edited before, and I didn't push save, well, it loses it. So I got to shut the computer off, start it back over, and this just goes repeatedly over and over and over. A while back, my son thought it was the motherboard, so we bought a new motherboard. That didn't do it. So I got my son. I said, let's just change hard drive, just see for hell. So he put another hard drive and formatted it and all that kind of good garbage. It done the same thing. I said, well, let's just change around. So he changed around, does the same thing. And the only thing we hadn't changed is the CPU, which I'm not going to spend $70 and put it in there, and it does the same thing. I'm just not going to do it. Not going to take a chance. And we hadn't changed the power supply. That's the only two things we hadn't changed. So rather than messing with this computer, they're gamers. They build computers all the time. Every year, they have parts left over. So they got a new motherboard. Oh, we changed video card. 2 of them. Didn't make no difference. 2 video cards. Didn't make no difference. And my CPU, according to my son, is not running hot. I don't know what kind of CPU I got, but this thing's running about 41, 42 Celsius. And according to them, with this type of motherboard or CPU, whatever you call the thing, it's not running hot. But they're going to build me new computers. They don't have a processor for the motherboard they got. So they're going to put me another motherboard and put me an expensive video card in here. And we're going to use the same hard drive and use the same RAM. And hoping I'll be out of that jam. But if you know what's wrong with it, it's going to be 2 more weeks before I get my CPU. If you know what's wrong with it, let me know. And I would appreciate it. Thank you very much.